Hey, it's Ty Crandall with Credit Suite, and in this lender review, we're going to dive in and talk a little bit more about Fundation Group. So I'm the CEO here at Credit Suite, and at Credit Suite, we help business owners obtain business credit, all different types of financing, including loans and credit lines, and we found along the way that a lot of people are trying to look at online lenders, but don't have enough information to know if that lender will actually work with them. So today, we're going to dive a little bit more into Fundation Group so you'll get a better feel for the rates, terms, and programs to see if they're a good fit for you. Now, we researched Fundation Group online looking at their programs, their rates, terms, features. We even contacted them directly to actually see if they would be willing to confirm the research that we obtained, which they were. So this information you're going to see today was obtained by the research we did online, and Fundation was one of many lenders that actually confirmed the information to make sure that what we're delivering you is accurate. But keep in mind, rates and terms change over time. So even though we're going to talk about some specifics here with rates and terms, these can change over time, which is why you always want to do your own due diligence and talk to them directly before you move forward to apply. So Fundation Group confirmed this information. There are no prepayment fees or hidden fees of any kind on their products, which is fantastic. A lot of lenders out there in the same lending environment do have prepayment penalties. So that's one of the things that you have peace of mind with Fundation. Now, they will use simple interest rates and never use factor rates. Factor rates are often used, which make it look like you're paying less than you are because they're really including interest, for example, over every week the money is outstanding. So you might see a factor rate of 1 or 2 or 3%, which looks low, but when you look at it, paying that interest out there every week outstanding, it really compounds. Now, Fundation Group offers term loans and lines of credit. So there's two different options here, and these are two of the most popular kind of funding programs that are out there today. Term loans let you get money over a longer period of time or a longer term, helping keep your payments low. And lines of credit, of course, are the most desired type of funding product for business owners because this is credit lines that you could use, reuse as you pay the money down. Now, for term loans, they offer $20,000 to $500,000 loans, so a good range. If you're making smaller amounts of revenue, you could still come in and get a $20,000 to $50,000 loan, or if you want a higher loan amount, your revenues reflect that you can qualify and pay that back, you can get approved for up to $500,000 or $500,000. And you can get funding as soon as one business day. So their underwriting is very fast, their funding is very fast, as long as you work with them and provide the documentation they need. And you can get term loans of 1 to 4 years. This is really, really great. A lot of term loan lenders out there nowadays are still offering terms of only 2 to 3 years. So being able to get a term loan of up to 4 years is what helps keep your payments low. So you can get the money you need, even up to $500,000, and keep your payments low because you're able to finance it over the course of 4 years. So payments come twice per month or bi-weekly with them, which is, again, a huge advantage. A lot of lenders offering term loans want weekly payments now, or even still deduct the money daily from your bank account, similar to merchant cash advances. But with Fundation Group, you can actually pay twice a month or bi-weekly. No specific collateral is needed, as a lot of term loans like SBA, for example, require collateral. You can get approved here and get a longer term loan without providing collateral. And they will want a personal guarantee, which is very common. Almost all kinds of term loans out lenders and line of credit lenders out there are going to require this. It's very rare to find a lender that won't, and sometimes it's available in a space like the merchant cash advance space. Now, they will attach a UCC blanket lien for most borrowers. What this simply means is it just means that they're actually attaching a lien to the business in case you default, and this will actually show up on your actual business credit report as well. Now, 1 year time in business is required, which again is fantastic. A lot of term loan lenders out there want you to be in business for 2 to 4 years, but you can get approved for a longer term loan through Fundation Group with only 1 year time in business, and they do have a requirement of at least 3 or more employees. So they don't want you to be what's called a solopreneur, where it's just you running the business and the only employee in the business. They want you to have a few employees showing that you are at least accomplishing some level of growth. And they also want you to have 100,000 or more in annual revenue. Again, Very conservative requirement. Most lenders that are offering term loans want you to have 120 to 250,000 in revenue. So this is a great option where you can get a longer term loan even if you have a smaller amount of revenue. So you need to have pretty good personal credit to qualify. Rates are based on risk. The higher the risk, the higher the interest rate you'll pay. And interest rates are as low as about 7.99 to 29.99%, and they could charge you can be charged up to a 5% origination fee, which is deducted from the net proceeds. The bottom line is you don't pay that out of pocket. That's rolled right into the loan. And a really cool benefit is that there's no prepayment penalty. So you do need to have better credit. We could find the specific credit requirements, but you really shouldn't even worry about applying unless you have at least a 650, 660 score or higher. This is, again, very common for term loans. Term loans usually want you to have tax returns with good profits, and also typically want you to have 680, 700 FICO scores. It's a little bit easier with Fundation to get approved than that, but you should have at least 650, 660 scores or higher to get approved. Now, for lines of credit, they offer a range of $20,000 to $100,000, and you're going to have a new balance after each draw is amortized in equal installments over 18 months. So every time you take a draw out on the credit line, that money that you're borrowing can be amortized over 18 months. This is fantastic. A lot of line of credit lenders out there nowadays are only amortizing over 6 to 12 months. So this is one of the longer amortization terms you're going to find. And again, that just means you have longer to pay it back, which means your payments are less. And payments are paid monthly. Again, a huge benefit. A lot of lenders with the line of credit will want paid back weekly or bi-weekly. But again, with Fundation Group, you're only paying payments monthly. And there's no specific collateral needed to qualify either, like you'll find with a lot of SBA's cap lines. So there is a UCC filing attached, again, for the line of credit. Very, very common for most lenders that are offering term loans and line of credit. You need to be in business 1 year or more. Again, really strong criteria here for qualification, for a real easy, I should say, qualification for criteria, because a lot of lenders that are offering term loans and lines of credit require you be in business 2 or 3 years to provide tax returns for that. But Fundation makes it much easier because all you need is 1 year in business to get approved. And again, you need to have 3 employees, the same as their term loans, is the same as their line of credit, and you should have 100,000 in annual revenue as well, which is much less than the 120 to 250,000 requirement that other lenders in their space have. And you should have that 650, 660 score or higher. They may even have higher credit score requirements when it comes time to apply. Now, from what we've seen, they do have a $500 closing fee, which is rolled right into the deal, a 2% draw fee deducted from each draw that you take. Rates are based on risk. The higher the risk, the higher the rate you'll pay. So that's why the range ranges from 7.99 to 29.99%, which is great. A lot of lenders out there are much higher. A lot of lenders out there even have loans of 40, 50%. So that goes to show the Fundation Group isn't really focused on really high risk borrowers. They want you to have pretty good credit. They want you to have a track history of some revenue and some employees. And in doing so, you can get a pretty good rate. How good depends on the risk factor, such as time in business, such as credit score, such as industry, etc. And there's no prepayment penalty, so you can pay it off early without encompassing any kind, or without having to pay any kind of fee. So a lot of advantages here, including a shorter time in business requirement. You don't have to be in business years, like 2-3 years, like a lot of term loan lenders do. The closing fee is low, and it's also a flat rate, so you know what it's going to be. And the disadvantage includes that draw fee, but even then, the draw, if you want to look at that as a disadvantage, but even then, the draw fee is a very, very, very low percentage. And again, it is a higher APR, as a lot of these are, just because when you include all these fees in, it makes it be a little bit higher on the APR than what you're actually seeing on the rate. But again, everything we found about Fundation, really, really good program to consider here. Easier to qualify term loans, easier to qualify for lines of credit than many lenders in their space, giving you the ability to have multiple options. You can get a term loan with a set payment over a certain period of time, or you can get a line of credit and you can get in the door with only $100,000 in revenue. If you'd like to learn more about all the funding you can qualify for, then visit us direct online at creditsuite.com/get funding, where you can answer a few questions and we can find all the different loans and credit lines that work for you right now that you can qualify for to grow your business.